Hey everybody, it's your girl Hita, and I am back for season 3 of HitaTalk. Thank you for tuning in. Season 3 is going to be amazing. And to kickstart us off here on episode 1, I have an amazing lady. She goes by the name of Lara Cornell. We're going to chat with her about all the amazing work she's doing right here in the Twin Cities and beyond, so stay tuned. Hello, Miss Lara, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for inviting us to your space. We are here at your space, Anahata Collaborative.
Yeah.
This is stunning.
Thank you.
And you have graciously hosted us and will host us for the next 25 episodes?
Yeah.
You're not going to get sick of me, are you?
No, not at all.
So we're going to talk about you today. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
We'll love it.
Okay.
I do. So let's talk about all the amazing things you do. You are an intuitive artist. You're, as if you don't know this, you're a yoga instructor, teacher, you're a body worker, a practitioner, a flower essence practitioner, herbalist, aromatherapist, a teacher, an entrepreneur, a mama, a maker, a wife, a moonflower, and a collaborative enthusiast. Did I miss anything?
I mean, maybe.
But you do a lot of things.
I do a lot of things, yeah.
You are amazing. So you have two businesses. Can you talk about those real quick?
So I started a painting business, for the lack of a better word. I feel like it's more my heart stuff. So I do painting retreats. I started my first retreat last year in Paris. We did an art and flowers retreat. So in my previous careers, I was a program coordinator, program director for a French travel company, and I've lived in France and in Belgium, which is French speaking as well.
Wow.
So that part of the world came very natural to me, and I really enjoy being there. So I took a group of 5 women to Paris, and we toured the gilded castles of Versailles, the gardens of Monet's gardens and his water lilies, and hit up a few museums and did some perfume tours, and it was really amazing. So we're going back again in October. So there's a new retreat.
So why Paris?
I love Paris, and I know it well. I think that's why I wanted to do a retreat somewhere that I was already comfortable with. I speak French, so that wasn't a barrier, and I knew my way around. So I could plan it from a distance and already kind of have it all laid out in my head and how it was going to go.
And why not Paris, really?
Why not Paris? Yeah, but I really wanted to put together a retreat that was all the places that I really loved. It wasn't necessarily all of like the things you read in the books, but it was more, I wanted to show people the Paris that I really loved. And so a lot of it was focused around Impressionism. We paid a lot of attention to the gold leaf everywhere, and to the flowers and the architecture and in the sidewalks, and
that's
everywhere.
Really,
it was really beautiful.
Beautiful. I mean, you're really soaking up the essence of the culture and the atmosphere outside of just the architecture and maybe the food and all the other elements that so many of us know by.
Yeah.
So you have another business.
So I started Anahata Collaborative, which is where we are. It's a space mainly for wellness professionals and for creatives of all kinds to come together. And the main focus of the space is to really find that link between wellness and art, and really promote that. And then to also promote the people doing that work, and helping them build their businesses, because it's hard.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard work.
So much goes into it.
We all need support.
So you wear multiple hats,
yeah,
running your own show, and I think to have community. And I work from home most of the time, unless I'm in my car running errands, but it gets isolating, so to have this space.
Yeah.
That's such a great idea.
So within Anahata Collaborative, we just launched Anahata Academy, which is, it's a year-long course, either in studio or online, to help entrepreneurs build their businesses. And we focus on building business, keeping inspired and creative, on taking care of yourself while you're doing all that work.
So important.
And we also throw in philanthropy. So we do something good every month. So
I love that. So those are like your 4 pillars.
Those are my 4 pillars.
Okay.
Yeah. So creativity, wellness, business, the entrepreneur part, and then philanthropy is super important.
And you have a curriculum for the rest of the year already built in?
We have a curriculum for the rest of the year built in.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the rest of the week we rent out the collaborative for people to build their businesses. We are starting local maker markets to support local Minnesota makers. So hopefully a couple times a year. We are planning to start some acoustic evenings in the space with some twinkle lights, and in the summer we'll be able to open the garage door and have the greenway outside, which would be beautiful.
Which is so hideous. I mean, come on.
I know, it's terrible to look at,
view,
isn't it?
Lucky for you, the natural lighting in here, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That can be romantic, it can be inspiring.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So how can people access the space? Do they contact you personally?
Yeah, or go through the site. There's a questionnaire.
Okay.
Yeah, if you were interested in using the space and how you want to use it.
Okay.
So, but we do a lot of everything. There's corporate retreats and art workshops and
Oh my gosh.
evening parties, even just getting people together, gatherings.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Anahata Collaborative.
Yeah.
.com. And Citrine Studios is your...
My website is laracornell.com.
Okay.
Citrine Studios is the name of the company itself. They're both LLCs.
Okay. And all of the tea and art and well-being, is that under the Citrine Studios? Mm-hmm. What's your background? I mean, how did you even get involved in any of this? Why are you doing what you're doing?
Well, my background, so if you go back to college, my background is in teaching and in French and English. So I had a double major plus a certification in teaching. And then I went into more of the travel. I did some retail and things like that, but I went more into travel. So I managed a travel company. And then I guess, working a desk job for so long, it just gets really monotonous, I think is the word. So even with having kids and things, I just kind of felt, stuck.
I felt that way too.
Yeah.
I can relate, yeah.
Where you're kind of, trying to figure out who you are and what you're doing and what your mission is. So I started painting because I always wanted to paint. I just didn't think I could.
Really?
Yeah, because I had been, with the traveling that I did, I visited so many museums.
Okay.
And I thought that if you wanted to be a painter, you had to paint like that.
That.
Yeah, otherwise you weren't a painter. And I thought, well, I can't do that. So I started painting and started taking painting classes, and then I started painting more, and then I started painting more, and then my kids started painting with me. And that's how that spiraled. And then once that started going really well, I was kind of questioning, like, okay, well, what else have I always wanted to do? That thing that's in the back of your head that says you should try this, and you keep not doing it. So I decided to do it. So my next mission was actually running. I started running because I had asthma as a kid. So I started running, and with the support of my husband and my doctor, because I went back on an inhaler, I started running, and that year I did 3 5Ks and a 10K. And then after that, I started taking my well-being more seriously, and then started doing the yoga teacher training and the Ayurvedic body work and the Reiki and the flower essences. And
talk about well-being, because I feel like that's an area that maybe us as women are already kind of struggling. We put a lot of other people first. We get so immersed in the work that we do, especially as creatives.
Yeah.
So what do you do to unwind? How do you take care of you?
I think the biggest way that I can take care of myself is taking time to listen, because we all hear it, we just ignore it. I mean, when I teach self-care too, I try to make it a big point that it doesn't have to be the big things, and there is no right or wrong way to do it, because I think people always feel like they need to be, well, I need to get more educated on that before I do that. I need to understand this better, or I need to have an hour every day if I want to start meditating, and that's not at all what it is. It's just the little things that you can do that help replenish you.
Do you have a favorite go-to way of unwinding?
I like taking baths. I do.
Oils,
and
salts,
that feels
anything?
very indulgent to me. With 3 kids, to have enough time to sit in a bathtub.
Mamas,
and it's not, and it's not
uninterrupted.
even like, baths are so glorious. It's more like that's my 10 minutes. I lock the bathroom door and people need to leave me alone.
Yeah.
And it's just my quiet time.
Do you add oils and salts and stuff?
I do. I add flower essences.
It's just this beautiful bath with Lara in it.
But even if I didn't, even if it was just water,
Yep.
it would still make me very happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anahata, my name, is Persian for the goddess of the waters. So we're here at Anahata, and my name is Anahita. I'm so corny, but I really gravitate towards anything water and the resemblance of water. I always say that if I were to get a tattoo, it would have some significance to my name, but it's very therapeutic. It's very, Oh, just calming to look
Yeah.
at the water, be in the water, near the water. But okay, so we've talked about your businesses, we've talked about how you unwind. Well, there's always the successes and there's always the downfalls of running your own show and really just projects and project management in life. What's one of the most proud moments that you've just been so excited to reflect on?
You know, starting up an art business and not having that formal training, any art show I did was really a proud moment for me.
Real quick on that, that's how we met, actually.
Yeah.
Was at Raw in 2000, and we're trying to figure out the 2014, 2015. But it was at Raw. I was interning for a small business, and I was scouting artists and musicians. I ran into Miss Lara at Raw, and you came in as our featured artist for the gallery shortly after, and you haven't gotten rid of me since. So you did art shows and lots of more.
I did art shows, and I had, I've been published in a couple books, my paintings have, which feels really wonderful.
Okay.
And I actually had a piece of my art shown at the Louvre. the
Oh my
museum in
goodness.
Paris a couple years ago.
So not everything goes smoothly.
Yeah.
And we beat ourselves up, and just a lot that goes into what we do. Personally or professionally, can you talk about maybe one of just like a big obstacle or something that may have been a deciding factor for you to not even pursue what you're doing? It's a big question, but
I mean, there were a lot of those moments. I think the business plan itself and the whole loan process was huge. And had I not already made a logo and had I not already announced that I was going to do it, it's that verbal accountability.
yeah.
There were a lot of times that I probably would have just said, forget it. It's too
Really?
hard. Yeah. Because it's hard. It's really, really hard.
It
And
is.
you either push through it or you just don't. I just wanted to do it and then figure it out.
There's so much with pushing yourself, and it's spoken out there in the public, so you have to make it work, right?
Right.
But there's a lot that goes into it, and I only got a little glimpse of just some of the things that you were doing. But you worked with I Fund Women for a crowdfunding campaign, right?
Yep.
And you had a lot of backers, and now you're here, and it's open, and it's beautiful.
Thank you.
You did it.
I did it. Now I just need to keep doing
Yeah,
it.
I know. You were going to do many, many, many things. So
Yeah.
speaking of that, what is coming up? What can people expect from you in 2018?
Well, the Anahata Academy is going to, it launched in January. In February, it'll close for the whole year. And then we'll have a group of women, not necessarily, I shouldn't say that. We'll have a group of people together for the whole year. And at the end of the year, we'll have a huge celebration to see how far we've come for the year. And then we'll launch it again for the next year, which will be even more awesome.
Wow. So do you have to start at the beginning, or can you really come in at any point?
You have to start at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, it was important to me that it wasn't like a revolving door of people coming in and out.
Sure.
It was really important to me that this was a community that was together
Yeah.
for the whole year.
Yeah.
Even if they couldn't necessarily be here, if they had, if they lived in another state and they were online. I just wanted it to be the same people really getting to know each other for
It's
the
like
whole
a
year.
cohort.
Yeah, and then as far as Anahata Collaborative, there will be all kinds of events coming. We have so many great ideas for next year. A lot of partnerships and collaborations, and there's going to be amazing stuff. So watch the event calendar. Yeah, and then of
So-
course next October.
You're supporting me in this amazing, crazy project. It's called HitaTalk.
Yeah.
And I'm trying my best to try to promote your work, but how can us as a community, as women and also as the Twin Cities, support you?
Come to events. If there's ways that you want to use the space, let us know. We're super excited to think of.
New.
Yeah, there's going to be so many cool things.
The informational session by our dear friend Lisa from Fashion Meets Poetry, just hearing you say it was cool to see your own space converted in a different way.
Yeah.
I liked to hear that from you.
Yeah.
So that made me feel a little butterfly-ish.
I think it's always funny too when people look at me and they say, "Can we move the furniture?" I'm like, "Are you kidding? Move everything, rearrange it." That's my
Please.
favorite way to do it.
Yay!
Yeah.
So how can we learn more? How can we get in touch?
Go to the website. So the collaborative is anahatacollaborative.com. There's an event calendar on there. There's also information on the academy and on renting the space. And then laracornell.com has the retreat information and some art if you want to buy some art.
I just got chills. The retreat, you guys, Paris.
Paris.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. We're not going anywhere. You have an activity lined up for us. Stay tuned. We're going to get ourselves into some fun activities, and make sure you do your homework and follow Lara. Stay tuned. So you have us doing some stuff. What is this amazing activity we're going to be doing?
So a lot of what I really enjoy painting. That's a lot of my downtime. It's my personal time, my creative time. But what I also do that I don't think everybody thinks of is I actually have a routine, a ritual before I start painting, which incorporates a lot of the self-care techniques that I teach.
Okay.
So I wanted to have you help me out with my ritual, and then we'll do just a little bit of painting.
I'm down. Let's ritual it up.
Okay. So the first thing I always like to do is turn on some music, but we will not be doing that today. Partially too because it depends on the person and what they like to listen to. So the next thing I do is I light some incense. Okay. So that's one thing that I really love to smell, and for some reason it just gets me really inspired. Go ahead and blow it out. Let it smoke.
different activity for a different day.
It does.
My gosh, that is so.
Isn't that nice? So that
relaxing.
Kind of for me, it cleanses the space, and it just kind of gets rid of some noise in my head. Okay. The next thing that I really like to do is either to make an espresso or make some tea. Okay. So we're gonna make some tea. And I picked one of my favorites, so we'll do it together. Okay. I picked rose hips, hibiscus flower, and clove. So here's a spoon. Okay. We're just gonna do kind of equal parts of the rose hip, the hibiscus flower, and the clove. And it's also gonna make this beautiful kind of red tea.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
I like the colors, if you can't tell.
Well, yeah, color is a good thing. Yeah. So there's a little rose hip.
I just put them in this thing.
Yep. Burp. Okay, and I'll do the same actually.
Excellent.
So these, the rose hip and the hibiscus, are super good for vitamin C and all of that winter ickiness, or whenever you're kind of feeling not so great. They help give like a really good boost. Put that in there.
Did you make these mugs?
Water. I didn't. I bought these actually at the youth art fair in Uptown, at the Uptown Art Fair last year.
And she supports other artists.
I do, especially kids.
Youth.
Right?
Yes.
Youth artists.
I love it.
Yay! So we'll let that diffuse while we move on to some other things.
Okay, so you got your incense, you got your tea. Look at that color.
I do.
So pretty.
And then, I'm a practitioner of flower essences. Flower essences it's a vibrational healing. It's not the same as aromatherapy. They actually don't have aromas in them. But they're different flowers that have different vibrations that are good for different things. And they help on the emotional level. So I actually like to use flower essences in my tea.
In your tea?
In my tea.
Okay.
So the one we're going to use is Joy Juice by Lotus Y.
Where do you get these things from?
This is Lotus Y. It's a lady out in Arizona. She actually is originally from Minnesota. And she makes a line of flower essences. Excellent. And these are infused with honey. So I like to put a little bit in my tea. Cheers. Okay, so this is your ritual, part of your ritual. It's a good way to start. Now you have a cup of tea while you paint, right? Yes, man. And then the other thing I like to do is we're going to work on a Paris-inspired painting that I've started. Okay. I'm starting a gallery. And while I was in Paris the last time, I made a blend of flower essences that were particularly for Paris. And these are the ones I chose. So it's green for love, pink for love and beauty, and diamond. So I put them into a spray bottle. Okay. And we're gonna spray the painting. We're gonna spray the painting? We're infusing the painting. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Like a lot? Yeah. Beep, 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 beep. And you can spray it on yourself. You can spray it around the space. Do those sound effects come with you? Yeah, right? Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. So the paintings I'm starting are based off of these that I did. So this is a small one that I did for Paris. It uses things I found around Paris. So menus, tickets, things like that in the background. And then of course flowers, because it's... So can you frame something like this, or where would you put this? Yeah, you can frame it and mat it. Cool. And then this is the gold gilded one. So this is the one I have started for this. Wow. Mini version. Well, let's get our hands wet a little bit. Yeah, so we're gonna start painting. I know we can't do the whole thing, but we'll just do a little taste. No, we're just gonna have some fun. So this is one I had already started. Okay. And I kind of drew in the flower that we're going to do. Okay. So I thought it could be fun to start a gold leaf real quick. And what I'm gonna have you do is just follow this line here up to the top.
Okay, with the glue.
With the glue, there you go.
So this is easy, anybody can do this at home.
Yep, and it doesn't have to be thick, it can be nice and thin.
Yep, that's good.
So we're making the twigs to give it some sparkle.
And this is used to keep, it's like an adhesive to keep the, like the gold.
Yep, it's gonna attach the gold. So when we put the gold leaf down, it'll stick to where the glue is, and then it'll come back up where the glue is not.
I'll just keep that there.
Yeah.
All right.
And then find a gold sheet.
Book of gold, you guys.
And then, so the trick with gold leaf is it's super fine. So
Oh my goodness.
you have to.
It's thinner than any
It is so thin, you wanna feel it?
type of tissue paper.
So you're just gonna stick it down. The trick is to not breathe on it. There you go. And then you just wanna pat it. You never wanna push it. See, you don't wanna push it. So that's all we did for these. And then you let it dry and you break it off.
Oh my gosh, so
Yeah.
easy. This could take us as many hours or as minutes as we want, but we don't have as much time to do the whole thing. So can we buy this work from you, or can we come and do this with you sometime?
Eventually you'll be able to buy it. Yeah, I wanna get a whole gallery show together for these pieces.
We're done with this. We're done with our convo, but we are not done totally. I have something up my sleeves for you. Are you ready for HitaTalk Trivia?
No, well let's do it anyway.
All right, stay tuned. I'm gonna try to stump her. It's time for HitaTalk Trivia. Okay, so you can't see them, but I have 3 questions for you. I'm gonna try to stump you, but these are kind of far-fetched questions, but you'll probably understand the theme.
Okay.
So I wanna go off of the whole vibe of Paris, and
Okay.
I wanna know what you know about the Eiffel Tower. Do you know why the Eiffel Tower was originally built?
It was built for the World's Fair.
How do you know that? Yeah, the Eiffel Tower is supposed to be a temporary installation intended to stand 20 years.
And the people in Paris hated it.
They did?
They thought it was ugly. They thought it was ugly and they wanted to take it back down. But
That's
can you imagine taking the Eiffel Tower down?
That's insane.
Well, I mean, putting it up for a fair seems insane.
Took like, what, 10, 15 years to build it?
And then take it back down. No way.
Built in 1889 for the World Fair. Okay, one for Lara. This isn't a contest. I'm always trying to win stuff. I'm so crazy. So let's talk about yoga and the chakras. How many yoga chakras are there?
It all depends.
That's not what Google said. Okay.
There are actually several.
Okay,
But
yes.
the main ones start from the root, the sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and your crown chakra.
There are
1,
approximately
2,
8
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 or 8.
And then the star chakra would be an 8th.
Oh, I just got goosebumps. The energies, there are 8 energy centers or chakras in the body through which the human absorbs cosmic energy. You already named them. That was my next one. Do you know the actual names of a couple of them? Well, obviously one of them you know really well.
Well, Anahata obviously is the heart chakra.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
So the last question, I want you to name this film.
Oh man. Okay.
Well, okay, but it's going to give all of this meaning to what I'm doing.
Okay.
Let me read the question, and then you can like tap the invisible buzzer when I'm done.
Okay.
Which makes no sense, but whatever. So Oprah Winfrey made her film debut in this film, directed by Steven Spielberg, and well, it was a 1985 American period drama. It tells the story of problems that African American faced in the early 20th century. What is the name of that film?
Oh my gosh, I'm the worst at naming films and actors and actresses.
Okay, but Oprah Winfrey.
I love Oprah.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could come up with the title of the movie to save my life.
As if you were supposed to just know that when I said Oprah.
I'm not gonna come up with
Okay, here's a hint. Carrots and potatoes were once this color. That's a random fun fact.
Carrots and potatoes?
Used to be at one point, and some of them still are known
Were
to be this color.
purple?
Yes. So the film was
Purple?
color purple. The color
Oh,
purple.
yes, okay.
Also represents loyalty, inclusivity, and heart, which brings the Anahata together, and also the color of our hair. So I thought I would just bring it home. That's all I have.
I love that.
Thank you for chatting and giving us a fun activity to do and embracing my quirky questions and trivia. But you guys aren't done, so make sure you do your homework and follow Lara at laracornell.com and anahatacollaborative.com on all social media and her websites. And until next time, bye everybody.